Hi guys, today I had to video in the library, so here we go. I'm going to take the focus off of me. Today we're doing negative exponents. So if you want to write variables in exponential form, this is how it works. If you have to write x, 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 y, y in exponential form, count up your x's, 1, 2, 3. Count up your y's, 1, 2. That would be x cubed, y squared. If you wanted to write this in expanded form, a cubed b squared c to the fourth, you just write a 3 times, b 2 times, and c 4 times. Okay, so here's some properties we have learned about exponents that we're going to apply to variables. Remember that 2 to the fourth times 2 squared, 2 cubed, what we do is we take those exponents and we add them. That becomes 2 to the 4 plus 3, so that's 2 to the 7th. So if we did variables, we have x to the 4th and x to the 3rd. What you do when you're multiplying variables with the same base, notice the 2's are the same base. If that was 3 to the 3rd, this wouldn't work. The base is this 2 right here. That's the base. That's the exponent. Okay, over here, this is the base. This is the exponent. All right, so x to the 4th times x cubed equals x to the 4 plus 3, or 7. So what did we do when we divided? Remember, 2 to the 5th over 2 thirds equals 2 to the 5th minus 3, so that's 2 squared. With variables, x to the 5th over x cubed equals x to the 5 minus 3, or x squared. So you can do the same thing with variables. Down here, 2 squared all brought to the 3rd power. That's when you multiply. So you get 2 to the 6th. Over here, x squared all brought to the 3rd power. You're going to get x to the 6th. Okay, so what about a number brought to the 0th power? Some of you guys forgot this on your quiz or your test. I forget which one. But anything to the 0 power just means 1. So there you go. X to the 0 equals 1 if x is not equal to 0. Okay, because 0 to the 0th power would be 0. All right, try this. 5 squared divided by 5 cubed. Okay, so 5 squared over 5 cubed equals, well, what does that equal? You're going to do 5 to the 2 minus 3. Uh-oh. What happens? Let's spread it out. I wrote 5 times 5 on the top in the numerator, and then 5 times 5 times 5 in the denominator. So if you cross all those 5's out, you're left with 1/5. Well, how does that look? Let's just look at it with exponents, the rules that we just used. If we did 5 to the 5 squared minus 3, we're going to get 5 to the negative 1. So here's what we just said. That equals 1/5. So here you go. 5 to the negative 1 equals 1 over whatever the base is. So here's the property. It's called the negative exponent property. Okay. It says that 1 over x to the a equals x to the 0 over x to the a, because 1 is x to the 0. So which is x to the 0 minus a, which equals x to the negative a. So anytime you have x to the negative a, you can write it as 1 over x to the a and vice versa. And that's if x doesn't equal 0. So simplify 1 over 2 squared times 1 over 2 to the 3rd. Well, that's going to be 1 over 2 plus 3. 1 over 2 to the 2 plus 3, which is 1 over 2 to the 5th. And that just equals 2 to the negative 5th. Okay, so these are negative exponents. How about 1 over 5 cubed all brought to the 4th power? What are you going to do on that one? You're going to multiply the cubed times the 4. 1 to the 4th is just going to be 1, right? So if we bring that into a negative exponent, we can say it's 5 to the negative 3 all brought to the 4th power. So the answer is 5 to the negative 12th, and that just equals 1 over 5 to the 12th. Okay, how about 1 over 3/9 all brought to the 0th power? Anything brought to the 0th power is always 1. Please memorize that. And then you have 1 over 4 squared divided by 1 over 4 cubed. You should see that division with a fraction and know you have to take the reciprocal. That becomes 1 over 4 squared times 4 cubed. and that just equals, you subtract the 3 minus 2, and you get 4 to the 1, or 4. Okay, so you're going to do page 95, numbers 1 through 32. Thanks.